Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhumir apo nalo vayu. Kamano buddhir evacha. Ahankara ityame. Bina prakriti ashtada. Bhumi, earth. Apaha, water. Analaha, fire. Vayu, air. Kam, ether. Manaha, mind. Buddhi, intelligence. Eva, certainly. Cha, and. Ahankaraha, false ego. Iti, thus. Iyam, all these. May, mine. Bina, separated. Prakriti, energies. Ashtada, eightfold. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Altogether, these eight constitute my separated material energies. Please repeat. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Altogether, these eight constitute my separated material energies. Purport. The science of God analyzes the constitutional position of God and his diverse energies. Material nature is called Prakriti, or the energy of the Lord in his different Purusha incarnations, expansions. As described in the Sattvata Tantra, Vishnu tu Trina Rupini Purushakya Ato Vidhu Ekam tu Mahata Shristri Divyayam Tva Anda Samstitam Tritiyam Sarva Bhuta Stam Tani Gyatva Vimuchyate. For material creation, Lord Krishna's plenary expansions assumes three Vishnus. The first one, Mahavishnu, creates the total material energy, known as the Mahatattva. The second, Garbhodakshai Vishnu, enters into all the universes to create diversities in each of them. The third, Kshirodakshai Vishnu, is different as the all-pervading Supersoul in all the universes and is known as Paramatma. He is present even within the atom. Anyone who knows these three Vishnus can be liberated from material entanglement. The material world is a temporary manifestation of one of the energies of the Lord. All the activities of the material world are directed by the three Vishnu expansions of Lord Krishna. These Purushas are called incarnations. Generally, one who does not know the science of God, Krishna, assumes that this material world is for the enjoyment of the living entity, and that the living entities are the Purushas, the causes, controllers, and enjoyers of the material energy. According to Bhagavad-Gita, this atheistic conclusion is false. In this verse under discussion, it is stated that Krishna is the original cause of the material manifestation. Srimad Bhagavatam also confirms this. The ingredients of the material manifestation are separated energies of the Lord. Even the Brahma Jyoti, which is the ultimate goal of the impersonalists, is a spiritual energy manifested in the spiritual sky. There are no spiritual diversities in the Brahma Jyoti, as there are in the Vaikuntha Lokas. And the impersonalist accepts this Brahma Jyoti as the ultimate eternal goal. The Paramatma manifestation is also a temporary, all-pervading aspect of the Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. The Paramatma manifestation is not eternal in the spiritual world. Therefore, the factual absolute truth is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. He is the complete energetic person, and he possesses different separated and internal energies. Can someone read the last purport?
In the material energy, the principal manifestations are 8, as above mentioned. Out of these, the first 5 manifestations, namely earth, water, fire, air, and sky, are called the 5 gigantic creations, or the gross creations, within which the 5 sense objects are included. They are manifestations of physical sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. Material science comprises these 10 items and nothing more. The other 3 items, namely mind, intelligence, and false ego, are neglected by the materialist. Philosophers who deal with the mental activities are also not perfect in knowledge because they do not know the ultimate source of Krishna. The false ego, I am, and it is mine, which constitutes the basic principle of material existence, includes 10 sense of organs for material activities. Intelligence refers to the total material creation called Mahatat. Therefore, from the 8 separate energies of the Lord are manifest the 24 elements of the material world, which are the subject matter of the Sankhya atheistic philosophy. They are originally offshoots from the Krishna's energy and are separated from him. But atheistic Sankhya philosophers, which a poor fund of knowledge, do not know Krishna as the cause of all causes. The subject matter for discussion is the Sankhya philosophy is only the manifestation of external energy of Krishna as it is described in the Bhagavad-Gita.
Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chaksun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So it's a very, very beautiful, in-depth, and enlightening purport given to us here. A lot of data and information. But before we look in depth at the purport, just want to kind of set the scene here a little bit, is that in the previous chapter, Lord Krishna, actually there's no really previous chapter, because remember, this is on the battlefield. And there were no commercial breaks in the conversation. This is an ongoing conversation, and Krishna, overall, Krishna recommends to Arjuna to focus the mind upon him. Then Arjuna talks about distraction, and Krishna also talks about when the mind becomes distracted. And Arjuna expresses his doubt because of distraction in the mind. And Krishna recommends to Arjuna to refocus the mind and continue in the process. And then Krishna talks about different people who engage in this process. Karmis, Gyanis, and the yogis. And Krishna says of all these people, the yogi is the highest. And then Krishna says that the one who has faith in him is the highest of all. Now Krishna is continuing on with this idea, because Krishna says, as we heard the other day, that Krishna says, now I'm going to tell you how to act and how to develop this kind of faith. And I'm going to describe to you this phenomena, both spiritual and the material phenomena. And going back to the previous idea of the different types of people, karmis, yogis, gyanis, ascetics, etc., Krishna says there are a lot of people that try to become perfect. And out of all of those people that try to become perfect, only one or so reaches the goal. Now we go back, look, remember Arjuna, he had this doubt. What if I don't graduate? But Krishna now is repeating, reaffirming that doubt. Yes, a lot of people, they do make the effort. And out of all of those who make the effort, actually only one knows me in truth. So now Krishna, in order to help affirm this faith in Arjuna, he's going to start to describe the conditions necessary for understanding him in truth. So the first condition that he gives to Arjuna is right here in this verse. That everything we see is constituted of these 8 principal ingredients. And this is called prakriti. So basically, we know that we look at the first purport here. So we first understand that what does the science of God do? What is the purpose of the science of God from the first purport here? If somebody asks you, what is the value of studying the science of God, what do you say? What does the science of God do? What is the goal of that?
You follow the process, you realize it.
Now, according to the purport, what does it say? The very first sentence, it tells us. The first. Okay, so that's what we're studying in the science of God, we're analyzing the constitutional position of God and his diverse energy. So that's what the school of the science of God is about. First of all, you have to know why you're in school, right? Right? If you go to school, you want to study engineering, you have to know that that's your business there. Correct? It's not to party, but it's to study engineering. It's not to study medicine, but to study engineering. So the science of God, the purpose is to analyze the what? Of God and no, right, it's right there in the purport. The very first sentence. And his different energies. So we want to first get this clear, because this is the goal of studying the science of God. So God is called a Purusha. This studying the science of God is the investigation. It's called, in the Vedanta Sutra, it begins the very first verse, Atato Brahma Jigyasa. That now, as human beings, our business is to investigate, explore, understand what is Brahman, inquire. Brahman Jigyasa. That is the first business, a main business rather, of the human being. So this process is condensed Jigyasa adhikaranam. Jigyasa adhikaranam means to inquire. Adhikara. Adhikara. What does adhikara mean? Qualification. Right. Right. Power. Power. Well, technically, adhikara means the superintendent. It's a post. The superintendent of a particular post. Okay. So, jigyasa adhikaranam, that means that now as human beings, our post, our position is to what? Jigyasa, inquire into the science of God. And that science will reveal to us, again, the first sentence, it reveals to us what? Everyone, we just said it. Everyone say, the constitutional position of the Lord and His living energies. If today we leave out this class with don't remember anything, we're going to remember this first sentence of the purport. Okay? TK? Tikkun Dhanyavad. Okay. So Krishna now begins by saying to Arjuna that all these energies that you see, they are separated, bina. Bina. They're divided from me. There are 8 of them, and they're all divided from me. Okay. Yet, he's saying that I am the cause of all of this, but still I'm independent. So that we talked about the first verse of the Brahma Sutra, Jigyasa Adhikaranam. The second verse of the Brahma Sutra is Janmadya Adhikaranam. Janma means the birth. So what is the birth of everything we see? That is the Lord Himself, Sarva Karana Karanam. The cause of all causes, everything that we see, the cause of everything, that is the Lord Krishna. The cause of everything we see, basically, the Prakriti has 3 stages. So this Prakriti is the separate energy of the Lord. Prakriti means the nature. So Purusha is the impregnator of nature. Pra means creation, and pra means before, actually. Para Brahman. Pra means before, and kriti means the activity of the creation of nature. Pra also means sattva. Kri means raja, motion. And ta means tama. So that signifies that everything we see going on around us is moving under sattva gun, raja gun, and tamagun. So Krishna, as Param Purusha, is saying that I am the source of all this. What is the word here? Iti iyam, all these. Iti yam me, bina is my separated energy. Separated from me. Okay. So a couple of interesting verses for our reference here. See, we're at chapter 7, verse 4, right? If you look in the Srimad Bhagavatam, does anybody have the Bhagavatam? We look at Canto 7, verse 7. chapter 7, verse 22. Easy to remember. 7:7:22, 7:4. Right? Anybody got that verse? 7:7:22. Does anybody find it? 7:7:22. Anybody find it? You find it? No? Did I find it? Did you find it? No connection. Anybody find it over here? 7? What is it? Give us that verse, please. 7:7:22. English?
The Lord, I separated material energies, the 3 model material natures, 16 transformations, the 11 senses, and the 5 gross material elements, like earth and water. Within all this, one spiritual soul exists as the observer. Therefore, all the great acharyas have concluded that the individual soul is conditioned by these material elements.
Okay. So this verse 7:7:22 confirms the 8 kinds of energies, separated energies of the Lord. So, next we are analyze these energies a little bit. Now Krishna actually, if we look at the way that we are looking at the energies, they are projected away from the center. So that's centrifugal, away from the center. Right? So Krishna is describing, so the first energy centrifugally would be ahankara. All the way, the final energy is earth. So Krishna now wants us to go back to the center, so he takes us centripetal way, starting from earth, going back to the center. So he is guiding us from the grossest to the most subtle. So the first element we look at here, Krishna says, earth. But this is my separated energy. It is the farthest away from Krishna, the most gross. And the earth is symptomized by, or the quality of the earth is the smell. And for the smell, that's the song. What is it? The nose. So Krishna is the soul of the smell, or the cause of the smell. Krishna is the cause of the nose that we use to smell. Let's look at the, the third paragraph here. Look at the bottom of the third paragraph there. The sentence next to the last starts with generally. Somebody can read that sentence?
This machine one?
No, generally. The third paragraph.
Generally, one who does not know.
Yes.
Generally, one who does not know the science of God Krishna assumes that this material world is for the enjoyment of the living entities, and that the living entities are the Purushas, the causes, controllers, and enjoyers of the material energy. according to Bhagavad-Gita, this atheistic conclusion is false.
Okay. So this idea that I am the enjoyer is what kind of idea? Yeah, false. But it's an atheistic idea. Yeah. Because we have to understand that the creator is actually the enjoyer. And we're all sitting here and we can smell the incense, but can any of us say that we are the creator of the power of smell? No. We like to smell, but none of us can say that I can create the capacity to smell. Correct? Okay. There's an album that one of the first albums of Krishna consciousness. It was called the Happening album. Does anyone know that album? Okay. Prabhupada gives a purport to the chanting. He's chanting on that album. And the devotees are responding. And the purport, Prabhupada said, the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is a sublime method for reviving our Krishna consciousness. As living spirit souls, we're all Krishna conscious entities, but due to our association with matter, from time immemorial, our consciousness is now polluted by the material atmosphere. In this polluted concept of life, we're all trying to enjoy the resources of matter. But actually, we're becoming more and more entangled in her complexities. This illusory struggle against the material energy can at once be stopped by the revival of our Krishna consciousness. So now he says that our problem here is that we're all trying to enjoy the resources of matter. And we're struggling very, very hard to enjoy the nose and the sense of smell. So this is the first element here. It's called Pritavya Paramam Karam. That Krishna is the cause of the earth. And Gri Atmana, or he's the soul of the smell. Now the next element after the earth is water. Water. Apo Karanam. Krishna is the cause of the apa, the water. And the element of water, the condition of water is taste. Taste. And the organ for taste is tongue. 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 So even though the smell is the grossest, the tongue is the most difficult to control. Because tasting is a very, very intoxicating experience. Smell is also intoxicating, but tasting, oh, that totally, as soon as we taste, then immediately we forget that we are spirit soul. And then we just think that I am this tongue. And even though our stomach may be full, we'll try to taste more and more and more. Even though the taste is becoming less and less, we try to taste more and more and more. So we put more food in. And we start to eat faster and faster. Because this taste, the tongue, very, very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Yet, none of us have created the tongue. But we're conditioned so strongly by the tongue from little babies, because that's really the first thing since that's engaged. Right? Right? First thing you learn to do as a little baby is to suck and taste. So Krishna is called Jivaya Paramatma, or the soul of the tongue. He's the cause of the tongue. Then after the tongue, the next element is fire. Fire. Vibhavaso Karanam. He is the cause of the fire. Cause of the fire. And the nature of the fire is form. Form. And the sense organ of the fire is the sense organ. Light is the symptom, but the sense organ for perceiving, just like the tongue perceives taste, the sense which perceives the fire is the no. What am I doing right now? Looking. So the eye. It's with the eye that we see form. The eye we see form. So Krishna is called Chakshusha Karanam. He's the soul, life, the cause, the life of the air, the soul of the eye. We're very proud that we can go to the movie and look at the movies, or even to read. While you're young, you can look and you can see things. And then you'll get about 50, and then everything gets blurry. You go, right? At first, you'll feel very proud. I can see the moon, I can see the sun, the stop sign. It makes you feel good. But then you get 50, you can't, it's like, oh, you see some blurry thing. Then you go to the doctor, you say you need glasses. I guess you reach 50 quicker. No offense, previous Janma. Very good. Krishna is the soul of the eye. Then, the next we have air. Vayu Karanam. He's the cause of the air. Vayu Karanam. Touch. And which organ is for touch? Skin. So Krishna is called Tvacha Karanam. Skin. So we feel the air blowing against us. Now it's getting winter, so we wrap up at night, get cold. Then the summer, the heat comes, we open, we don't. Earth, water, fire, air. Next we have ether. So Krishna, he's called Akasha Karanam. He's the cause of the ether. And the sense organ of the ether is ear, sound. So Krishna is called Vasya Karanam, Strota Karanam, or the cause of the ear. He's the cause. So we listen to the music playing, whether spiritual or not spiritual. How many of us stop to think that my ability to listen is due to Krishna? With each sense, we can show gratitude to Krishna. Generally, we only show, most of the time, I'll say me, only show gratitude to Krishna at the time of the tongue. When I hear something very pleasant, I forget about Krishna and just listen. I see something very lovely and beautiful, I just look. But we have here the opportunity to turn all the senses back towards Krishna, because Krishna says, these are my separated energies. We have the ability to now connect these energies back to Krishna, that each and every time we engage in the energy, when I hear, I can thank Krishna for being able to hear. Hari Bol? Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So Krishna is giving Arjuna the formula for establishing the faith. Because remember, Krishna told Arjuna that one who serves me with faith is the highest of all yogi. One who understands, who has faith in me, is the highest of all yogi. Now Krishna is giving Arjuna a process to do that. Because remember, Arjuna, he's full of doubt. Right? Because first Krishna just gives him the overview of yoga. Prabhupada says that yoga means addition. He says, very simple, yoga means addition. So you just add Krishna, that's yoga. Subtraction means Maya. You take away Krishna, that is ayoga. So yoga is not a very complicated thing to understand. It simply means that we add Krishna. So now Krishna is giving Arjuna, because Arjuna has this doubt. What if I don't graduate? What if I don't make it? I only go a little bit, then I stop and I get distracted, taken away. Krishna now is showing Arjuna how to establish this faith. Because in order to have faith in something really firmly fixed, you must have some process to do that. It's you just can't have faith arbitrarily. So I believe in God, I believe in God. Yes, oh, I have faith in God. Krishna is the Para Brahman. Even though Krishna here is describing the visible manifestation, the cause of that is the invisible manifestation. So we don't see that all the time. So in order to train ourselves to see the invisible, that requires some process. And then as we execute that process, then our faith becomes firm and solidified. Because then we start to experience that Krishna is telling the truth. So here's what Krishna is doing. It might look like that he's just talking scientifically, even though he is giving us the analyzation. This all has deep, deep meaning for us as practitioners. Analyzing the science of God and the different energies is not just an abstract speculation, but it's a meaningful way for us to get a crystal clear understanding of our relationship with these elements. Otherwise, it's just wood, it's just water, it's just fire. You can go and read this verse for 1,000,000 times. But until you enter into the experience of the personal relationship of God's connection with the elements, basically it's just dry speculation. It's just an exercise for the mind. But Krishna says there should be some result from this exercise because of the mind. Because after the Akash, and Krishna says, what is the next element? Mana, the mind. So he's Manasaha Karanam. He's the cause of this mind. He's the Manasa Atma, Manasa Karanam. So the mind, that's the previous chapter, Krishna has given Arjuna and us some preview of this instrument of the mind. So the mind is like the mechanical part. Just hold it up. That's the mind. That's the mind. It holds all the data. But the data, that's the next stage, Krishna says, that I am. Intelligence, buddhi. So the organization of that data, that's the intelligence. Intelligence. So, but Krishna says that we might think we're very intelligent, But that power of intelligence, buddhi karanam, that is Krishna, buddhi karanam. He's intelligent. So, beautiful. You may think you're very intelligent, and you might be very intelligent. But to benefit from thinking that I'm very intelligent means that I have to understand there's a cause of my intelligence. Sometimes people who are very, very intelligent, this is one of the greatest of all the intoxications. That the intelligent person thinks that I am so intelligent, but the person cannot figure out where my intelligence is coming from. The intelligence is coming coming from me. So that's the next stage that Krishna said. What is this I? Okay. So Krishna says, what does he say? Aham evacha ahankara iti yame. So the ahankara, that is, Krishna is called ahankarasya karanam. He is the cause of the ego. The ego, which is thinking, this I, me, is thinking that this is my intelligence. The cause of this I. All of us, we get up in the morning and you say, I'm going to brush my teeth. I have to get up. I have to go to the bathroom. Do you ever think, what is the cause of this I? Huh? Krishna. We're all walking around with a big eye. We all have a big eye, not these eyes, the big eye inside. And we're thinking, I am this I. But the cause of this I, that is Krishna. Krishna is the cause. See? Therefore Krishna says that this is all my energy, but what kind of energy is it? Separated. Separated. So the word bina is used. Is a fraction. Bina means a fraction. But the unique thing about Krishna, if you divide Krishna, he still stays completely whole. Okay. So even though this energy is all coming from Krishna, Krishna still remains completely Krishna. So we are all interacting with these 8 elements, and we're thinking, we have this atheistic idea. What is the atheistic idea again? that I am the controller. I am the creator. This is atheism. I am the enjoyer. All this is all atheism. So each time we can be helping ourselves to grow in Krishna consciousness by remembering, yes, when I think that I am the enjoyer of this movie, I am the enjoyer, of this man, I am the enjoyer of this woman, I am the enjoyer of this food, I am the enjoyer of the moon. Looking at, I see all the stars, so beautiful. I am enjoying the stars. Oh, I smell nice, perfect. I am the enjoyer of that. Oh, this punch tastes so nice. Nectar, I am the enjoyer of that. Then we can all, at that time, you can tell yourself that you are atheist. Atheist. As Prabhupada says, this is an atheistic conclusion. The theistic conclusion is that Krishna is the creator and the enjoyer of it. Isn't that beautiful? How we can help ourselves, see? So this way, remember previously Krishna asked us, he recommended that we we control the mind from the atheistic ideas, and then the mind will become our friend. So now this is the formula, one way of looking at a formula, a process for implementing all this information which Krishna gave us. It's not just a dry science, but it's a lovely, beautiful, theistic process, science. So these are all the separate energies of the God, of the Lord. So first, to recap, we have the Purusha and the Prakriti. Purusha means, again, the enjoyer, controller, the originator, the cause. And Prakriti means the enjoyed. Nature. Prakriti means nature. 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 So this nature has three forms. Pra means sattvic. Kri means rajasic. And ta means tamasic. So these Prakriti means basically these three modes of material nature. I'm thinking I'm the enjoyer of the sattvic. I'm thinking I'm enjoyer of the rajasic. I'm the one who's writing. Come on. Just joking. And I think I'm enjoying the sleep. So nice. I'm enjoying the sleep. And we're thinking we're the enjoyer. When we're in this consciousness, we have what kind of consciousness? Atheistic consciousness. When we understand that Krishna is the creator and the enjoyer, then that is theistic consciousness. So this Prakriti, this is all the energy. So this now is the beginning, which is the Brahma Sutra. Remember I said before, the Brahma Sutra, the first verse. First verse. Janmadyasya. Atato Brahma Jigyasa. Now, Atato Brahma Jigyasa is the time to inquire. Jigyasa Adhikaranam. Remember, Adhikara means the superintendent. So this is my post now as a human being, is to manage the inquiry of the Spirit. And as I begin to manage this, I come to understand that Krishna, the Supreme Spirit, is the cause of everything that I see, is the cause of all causes. Cause of all causes. Anyone like to help me out here? Anyone want to say anything? on this idea. So Krishna has different kinds of prakritis. Basically described, there's basically 5 kinds of prakriti Krishna has. These prakritis are called yogindriyas. Yogi indriyas. I'm trying to pronounce that. Yogi indriyas. They're connected with Krishna in yoga. One prakriti is called Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Savitri, and Radha. Radha. Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Savitri, and Radha. Now, for preaching, all of us should preach that these energies are connected to Krishna. So here you see where we're living now, people, they want to separate the energies from Krishna. So everyone says, Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. When they say Radhe, you say to them, Hare Krishna. Connected to Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. And you'll see it's a great preaching, because when they say Radhe Radhe and you say Hare Krishna, they all start saying Hare Krishna, Hare. Back to you. Anyone had that experience? Yes. Prabhupada says that the conditioned living wants to separate, wants to have Lakshmi without Narayan. Or some people want to have Radha without Krishna. So we have to give Lakshmi to Narayan. So we have to give Radha to Krishna. Does Radha want to be without Krishna? No. Radha's always yearning for Krishna, to be with Krishna. So why we let people get away with Radhe, Radhe? Don't do that. Prabhupada is the greatest of all preacher of Krishna consciousness. He never came to America and said, Radhe, Radhe, Jai Radhe. He always said, Hare Krishna. So let's preach like Prabhupada. When they say Radhe, Radhe, we're going to say, Hare Krishna. And you'll see, they'll love you. Don't be afraid. Be bold to give Radha back to Krishna. Please. Let's work together. Let's preach Krishna consciousness to everybody. Because the energies belong to Krishna. Whether it's Durga or Radha, it all belongs to Krishna. Can someone?
My one question is that,
Okay,
is
question.
that so that when in the Vrindavan and the maximum people they say Radhe Radhe, so the Radha is separated from Krishna, is it so?
Whatever the point is, that's not our business. Our business is to connect it to Krishna. That's all. So when someone says Radhe Radhe, you just say you say Hare Krishna, and that will connect the consciousness eventually.
Prabhuji, my one more question is there.
Yes.
How can we convert this Vrindavan to a clean place? It's so dirty, so contaminated, Yamraji.
Any suggestions on that? You run for mayor, and we'll support you, right? Hare Bol. And we'll support you with a cleanup campaign.
Yes, I have taken this decision that I'll make it the most beautiful place of the world.
Hare Bol! Hare Bol! Hare Bol! Yes, yes, we'll support you. The devotees should be the mayors, should be the city councilmen, the aldermen, the policemen. And if not, then we should be the Brahmins to train the policemen, the city councilmen, the mayors.
And if for that psalm, then the Ved is required, so should we proceed for that?
We'll make a plan. Let's get together. We'll discuss. Listen, Mataji, this is a serious idea. It's not just to talk, make a joke. You should seriously consider that and then get together with the right people. You'll see you'll have a lot of support. People will help you. If you have the qualification, we'll help you. If you don't have it, we'll help you to become qualified, but we'll support you. And then we can make Krishna very happy that way. So if you got her. Yes, ma'am.
I just have a question. What are the ways, like we as practicing devotees, can develop or cultivate our intelligence?
Oh, anybody have any ideas? Read the books. And we look at some information like this, and whatever we read, also we read the books, but don't just look at it superficially and then say, okay, I'll remember that next year. That was a nice point. But now look at it and now start to, just like today we Krishna gave us all these words here, but each word, we broke it apart. And then we had some rationalization and analyzation of each word. So you can do that. So that way the intelligence, which is this kind of function of the intelligence, it can have some system and structure for processing the data that you are absorbing. That way the intelligence will become very, very happy. And then it won't be, the intelligence won't be like a burden to you. Does that make sense?
Association of pure devotees also.
Hmm?
Association of pure devotees.
Yes, but we have to associate with in such a way. We just can't go there and sit. So we have to inquire very, very carefully and systematically from the pure devotees. Like we go to associate with the teacher in the classroom, but if we just sit there, then it doesn't help us, it doesn't help the teacher.
When Bhagavad-Gita was divided in chapters?
When?
Because you spoke in the beginning that Krishna just spoke.
Yeah, we spoke, it's Krishna. Yeah.
But then it was divided in chapters.
Yeah.
Who
I don't know. Yeah, honestly, I don't know how that evolved. I guess when he was writing it down in the Mahabharata, then made what's called different sections, different chapters. Maybe at that time, I guess.
How can false ego be a part?
Is that okay? Yeah. Otherwise, I can't tell you directly that he did it today. Yes, sir. Sorry.
In the sloka, unable to connect, how can false ego be a part of Krishna, part of Krishna?
Everything is a part of Krishna.
Even the bad Hindus.
Everything is a part of Krishna. Our job is to see that it's connected to Krishna. Then when it's connected to Krishna, it becomes auspicious. It doesn't become false anymore. The false ego is that only I am thinking that I am the cause. I am the doer. So that's false. That's the atheist part. But when I see that, no, this I is being caused by Krishna, that's the theist, that's real ego. So it's not that the idea is to stop the ego, not to erase the ego, but to connect the ego to Krishna. And we meditate like this, it's a very beautiful feeling to think that I am coming from Krishna. Isn't it more beautiful to think that I am a part of Krishna than to think that I am Indian? I am woman. I am man. I am horse. I am cow. I am black. I am white. Instead of thinking that, we think, I am a part of Krishna. Isn't that more beautiful? Isn't that more satisfying? It's a happy idea, isn't it? If you say, I am Swedish, it may not be too happy. If you say, I am woman, oh, there may be some trauma, some drama. If you say, I am man, oh, there may be some burden, some problem. I am dog, ooh, ooh. You have to think like that every night. Right? But if you think, I am part of Krishna, that's beautiful. It's a happy feeling, right? You are reflecting a happy consciousness. That's beautiful. Some other ideas?
Could you explain, I think Prabhupada said that like negativity or bad things that happen are the back of Krishna. Did he say something like that? That it's Krishna's back?
I don't directly know. We would have to search it and research it. If you find it, please let me know. If I find it, I'll also let you know. If anyone find it, let me and let her know. Okay? Yeah, I don't remember that
And
one.
I have another question. How can you systematically study Prabhupada's books? Do you have a certain system of how you?
No, not well. Okay, yes, yeah. I guess that for me, it's like basically whatever the concept is, I try to find the information that relates to that. But you say the books. I was thinking about Prabhupada in general. But the systematic for me is basically Bhagavad-Gita, Ishopanishad. Well, when I first became a devotee, these are the books that I got under Prabhupada's guidance. First thing was Bhagavad-Gita as it is. Then there was Ishopanishad. Then there was the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Then there was the Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita, like that. So the first stage foundation is Bhagavad-Gita. And in order to understand, to have appreciation, not understand, to appreciate Bhagavad-Gita, Ishopanishad really helps. Ishopanishad.
Is there a difference between spiritual intelligence and material intelligence? What's the difference?
Yes, basically that idea that when the intelligence is used to support this concept, the other elements, to develop those elements, like I can use my intelligence to cook something very, very nice, or to make a nice building. That all requires intelligence. But like once Prabhupada was sitting in the room, he was looking up, and he was looking at the beams on the roof. And he said, intelligence means to look at this. An intelligent person looks, and he thinks that there's an engineer who put all of this order together. Unintelligent, we just look and we just see some cross, some form. But intelligence means that we look and we see a cross, a pillar. Intelligence means that now we connect that design to someone. So you look out into the material world, you see a flower, which a rose is so beautiful. And it smells so sweet, and the form is so intricate. That requires intelligence. You look inside the computer, all the data, information, that we just look at it. And we look at the news and entertainment, and we look at the channel, and we look at the gossip, and who's coming here, and what Swami's going to be here, and who's going to give class, and who's leading the kirtan. But there's somebody sitting in the office who's putting all that together, downloading all the information. That requires intelligence. So the supreme programmer of the entire universe, that is Bhagavan Krishna. So that's what we use the intelligence like that, to think whatever the intelligence is analyzing. And ordering. how it's functioning to do that, it leads us all, we have to go back to that source. So the buddhi karanam, that's Krishna. We find some source. And the more we do that, Krishna will reveal to you, yes, I am the supreme intelligence. And when he does that, however magical and mystical way he does it, what it does is that it gives us faith. So ultimately you see how this conversation is leading from Krishna explaining yoga. And he says to Arjuna that the highest yogi is one who has faith, who's connected with me in faith. That person is the highest also. Now Krishna, again, finally, is giving Arjuna the system, the process, to how Arjuna can be motivated to develop his faith. That's the first. Anyone else want to say anything? Srila Prabhupada ki jai.